This time I'm going to do a problem very similar to the last one. I changed the total number of shells that Dan and his sister collected, and I also changed the questions. So first let's read the questions super carefully and look for important information. Dan and his sister collected 24 shells. Again, I know that Dan and his sister collected 24 total shells. His sister collected 5 times as many as he did. That's important information. I know Dan collected some. His sister collected 5 times. Again, his sister collected more. And when you put his shells together with his sister's, we're going to get 24 total. How many more shells did his sister collect than Dan? The word more is a key word in here. So now I'm not just trying to figure out how many shells his sister collected. I want to know how many more did she collect than Dan. So there's a few more steps. To be able to solve this, I need to know how many Dan collected. I need to know how many his sister collected. And then I need to take it to the next step and figure out the difference between the two. So I'm going to represent Dan's shells. I know he collected some with 1 bar, 1 part. And because his sister collected 5 times as many as he did, I'm going to make her bar 5 times as big. Eyeball my 5 times as best as possible. 3, 4, 5. I'm going to label Dan's part. Just label him on the side. D, and his sister's part with an S. And all together, all of these parts, 24. I'm going to think about the total equal parts that I have. So I have Dan's part, which is 1, plus his sister's, which is 5 times as much as he collected. So that's 5 parts plus 1 part is 6 parts. So in order to find the value of each one of these parts, I'm going to take my 24 and I'm going to divide it by 6. And that's because I have 6 total parts. Dan's part plus his sister's 5 parts. So each part is going to have value 4 because 24 divided by 6 is 4. So because Dan's value is only 1 part, Dan, I now know, collected 4 shells. But his sister collected 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 shells. So now I figured out how many shells Dan collected. I figured out how many shells his sister collected. But I'm not done yet because there's still the question that I need to answer. It says, how many more shells did his sister collect than Dan? So whenever I want to find the difference between 2 amounts, I can use subtraction. So I can use, oh no. I got nervous. I thought I lost you. I can find the difference by subtracting 20 minus 4. 20 shells minus 4 shells equals 16 shells would be the difference. Or I can just look at my bar and I see here they both collected 4. So his sister collected all of these in addition to the 4. 4, 8, 12, 16. Both will get me the same answer. But the difference, the number of shells, more shells that his sister collected than Dan, 16. My answer.